In the last session of basic mathematical analysis, we have studied what is meant by open set, what is closed set, what are the properties of open sets and closed sets. And now we will study characterization of open sets as well as closed sets. In this session, we will discuss one characterization of closed sets. What is meant by characterization? It is nothing but character of a closed set. Each of us has a unique character. Just like that, closed sets have some special character. This is nothing but a property owned by closed sets, and only closed sets has that property. So let's see what it is. The theorem says that let F be a subset of R. F is closed if and only if any convergent sequence in F has limit in F itself. So this is a necessary and sufficient condition for a set F to be closed. If F is closed, then any convergent sequence in F has limit in F itself. If any convergent sequence in F has limit in F itself, then F must be a closed set. This is what we have to prove. So let's prove this. First we assume that F is a closed subset of R. And let sequence Xn be a convergent sequence in F. If it is convergent, it will have a limit. We call it X. So X is equal to limit of Xn, and every Xn is an element of F. Okay, every Xn is in F. What we have to prove is X is an element of F. For that, we are assuming that X is not an element of F. If something is not in F, then X will be outside F, means X will be in F complement. By our assumption, F is a closed set. If F is a closed set, then F complement will be an open set. Now, this X, which is limit of Xn, is in F complement, which is an open set. Okay, and what is meant by an open set? Open set means it is a neighborhood of each of its points. So if X is in F complement, some epsilon neighborhood of X is completely contained in F complement. So there is some epsilon greater than 0 such that V epsilon of X is a subset of F complement. So V epsilon of X lies completely inside the complement of F, means V epsilon of X will not touch F, or V epsilon of X has no intersection with F. So we can say that V epsilon of X intersection F is equal to empty, means no element of F can be inside V epsilon of X. By our assumption, Xn is in F for every n element of natural numbers. So every Xn is in F means these Xn's cannot be in V epsilon of X, because V epsilon of X intersection F is equal to phi. Okay. Now what we have is, suppose this is X, we have some epsilon neighborhood of X here. So this is X minus epsilon, this is X plus epsilon. We have Xn is not in V epsilon of X for all n. So no Xn is inside this interval. None of these Xn's are inside X minus open interval X minus epsilon, X plus epsilon. So every Xn lies outside this interval. So there is some fence here. It will not allow any Xn to enter into this neighborhood. Okay. then how can xn converge to x? So xn not an element of v epsilon of x for any n element of natural numbers means this x is not a limit of xn, which is a contradiction to our hypothesis, because by we call limit of xn by x. Now we got x is not limit of xn. So this is a contradiction. Why we arrived at such a contradiction? Because we have started with assumption x is not an element of f. Okay, so our assumption is wrong. So this x must be an element of f. X means limit of xn. So if every xn is in f and if limit of xn exists, then limit of xn must be in f itself. So what we proved is, if f is a closed set, then it has that property. Which property? Every convergent sequence in f has limit in f itself. Now we have to show that only closed sets have this property. So for that we are assuming that any convergent sequence in f has limit in f itself. We have to show that in such a case f is a closed set. So to prove f is a closed set, I am starting with the assumption f is not closed. If f is not closed, then its complement is not open, because we say that a set is closed if its complement is open. Here f is not closed means its complement is not open. When will we say that a set is open? You take any x in that set, suppose g. G is open if for each x element of g we have some epsilon x greater than 0 such that v epsilon x of x is contained in g. So for every x element of g, there is some epsilon neighborhood of that point which is completely inside g. Here we say that f complement is not open. This is not open means there is some point in f complement such that none of the epsilon neighborhoods of that point lies inside f complement. So there is some x in f complement such that for every epsilon greater than 0, v epsilon of x is not a subset of f complement. For some x, every epsilon neighborhood is not a subset of f complement. If v epsilon of x is not a subset of f complement, then that means v epsilon of x contains some point which is outside f complement. Outside f complement means it is in f. So v epsilon of x contains some point which is in f. So I can say that there exists some x element of f complement such that for all epsilon greater than 0, v epsilon of x intersection f is non-empty. Okay, now I am taking epsilon equal to 1. This property is true for every epsilon greater than 0. This is true. So if I take epsilon equal to 1, then also I will get the one neighborhood of x intersection f is non-empty. One neighborhood of x intersection f is non-empty. So there is somebody in f intersection v1 of x. Okay, x1 be such an element. So there exists some x1 in f such that x1 is in the one neighborhood of x. x1 is in f as well as x1 is in v1 of x, means x1 is in f intersection v1 of x. Now I will take epsilon equal to 1 by 2. Then also there is some x2 in f such that x2 is an element of the 1 by 2 neighborhood of x, x minus 1 by 2, x plus 1 by 2. So next I will take epsilon equal to 1 by 3 so that I will get some x3 in f such that x3 is in the 1 by 3rd neighborhood of x. x minus 1 by 3, x plus 1 by 3. And continuing like this, I can say that for epsilon equal to 1 by n, there is some xn in f such that xn is an element of v 1 by n of x, the 1 by n neighborhood of x. Okay, and we continue this process so that we will get a sequence xn in f, because every xn is in f, such that xn is in v 1 by n of x, the 1 by nth neighborhood of x. If xn is in v 1 by n x, that means the distance between xn and x is less than 1 by n. So we have absolute value of xn minus x is less than 1 by n for all n element of natural numbers. So we have this, the distance between xn and x decreases, because we know that as n becomes larger and larger, 1 by n will approach to 0. So the distance between xn and x becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and it will go to 0 as n approaches infinity. So we can say that limit of xn is nothing but x. Here every xn is in f and x was in f complement. X is an element of f complement. By our assumption, every sequence, every convergent sequence in f has limit in f itself. Here from f we got a convergent sequence, but its limit lies outside f. So again we arrived at a contradiction, and we arrived at this contradiction because we have started with the assumption f is not a closed set. So f must be a closed set. Okay, so what we have is f has the property, a closed set has the property that every convergent sequence in that set has limit in that set itself, and only closed sets has this property. So this is a character of closed set. So this is a characterization of closed sets. This is an alternate definition for closed sets. So we will study one more characterization for closed sets in our next class.